All right, so we are in Unit 2 now, and this is adding and subtracting polynomials. You guys should get a worksheet. It looked like this, and then I just folded down like that, and then folded this one up like that. I cut here and here for the flaps, and I just cut off a little bit on this side and this side so that it kind of fits perfectly in here. I'm going to push it down to the big idea here so that we can write just a few things right on top. Okay, so you want this to be here. So we only have a little bit of room right there. Okay, so 4xy squared plus 3x minus 5. This would be considered an expression. And something like this, 3x plus 5 equals 10. Since it has an equal sign, this is an equation. Okay, so you need to know the difference between those. We're going to have a lot of expressions that we're talking about with adding and subtracting. Term, I'm writing this as small as I can. I'm going to try to simplify this too since we don't have a lot of room. So term, a combo of numbers and variables without an operation. And operations are like plus, minus, division, multiplication. Your leading term is this, right? Because it's a term, but it's the one with the highest degree. Okay, and then what is a degree? This is our last thing here. So degree is the highest exponent. Or the largest exponent, however you want to say that. Okay, so you need to know those things, that those weren't in the foldable. So starting with classifying polynomials. So these are the different types. A monomial is one term. A binomial is two terms. A trinomial is three terms. A polynomial is anything four or higher. Okay, so an example of this could be something like 5xy cubed. Or -10. That's also considered a term because it doesn't have a plus or minus sign or anything like that. So either of those could be a monomial. Binomial is going to have two terms. So something like 5x squared plus 3 or 3xy squared minus 5. Okay, so you see they have two terms separated by an operation. Two terms separated by an operation. Right? A trinomial, that's three terms. So something like 4x squared plus 2x minus 1. So we could write that too. One term, two terms. That's the main difference. Three terms. And then 4 plus terms is a polynomial. So 3x to the fourth power plus 2x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5. So it could be any amount 4 or more is a polynomial. And then a non-example, again, would be something like with an equation. So 3x minus 6 equals 12. Okay. All right, degree. So this goes with that leading term and degree thing. So when you're looking at it, you want to find the, okay, wait. So for monomials, actually, let's start with polynomials, and then I'll go back to monomials. So polynomials, you're looking for the one exponent that's the highest degree. So this has none, this has a 1, this has a 2, this has a 3. So right here, that's the highest exponent. So your degree would be whatever that exponent is. So here it's 3. And then here, so that has nothing, and then this has 1. So your highest degree here is that invisible 1. And then for this one, so this goes back to the monomial. So I'm going to jump to monomial and then back to this example in just a second. Okay, so for monomials, you're going to add up all the exponents together, and that's going to be the total degree of that monomial. So here we have 3, and here we have 5. It does not matter when we're talking about degree if the base is the same. So x and y, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The exponents get added together no matter what the base is. So that would be 3 plus 5, which is equal to 8. So our degree of this monomial would be 8. Right here, that's just 1x, so that's just 1. And then here, there are no exponents, so this one would be 0. Okay, so now that we learned how to do this, we can do number 6. So you want to look at both of them first, right? So x and y here for this term, this has a degree of 2. And then for this one, we have a 2 and then a invisible 1. So this one has a degree of 3. So always want to take the one that's bigger. So this is the bigger one, and so the degree is 3. Okay, and that goes back to this right here, the leading term with the highest degree, and then degree is the highest exponent. So it's usually always the one in the front, especially if you have them in standard form. Okay, so adding and subtracting polynomials. So I'm just going to do the first one, and then we'll do these ones in class. So for this one, adding is the easiest. You literally just add it together. So as long as it has the same base. So x squareds, we can add the 8 and the 5. So you're going to get 13x squared. And then we have 9x and negative 2x. So that's 9 minus 2, so that would be 7x. Then we have negative 4 and 8. So that's technically 8 minus 4, right? So 4. And that's it. Adding is so simple. You just go straight down. Okay. For subtracting, the main difference, so we'll do these two in class. So let's do number 10 real fast. So the main difference with subtraction is that this subtraction needs to get distributed to all of the terms. So we'll change this to a plus. The 14 becomes negative 14. The 2 becomes negative 2. Sorry, I'm trying to make it more noticeable. And then the 5, since it's already negative, becomes a positive 5. So I had to change all that, and now we can just add like we did in number 7 here. So we've got 11 with the x squareds and a negative 14. So we're going to have negatives left over, and we'll have 3 negatives left over for the x squared. And then here we have a negative 7 and a negative 2. So combine those together, and you get negative 9x. And 1 and 5 add together to be 6. So again, adding is super easy. We're just adding straight down, basically keeping in mind if there's negatives, there might be subtraction. For subtraction, the biggest difference is that you need to distribute that negative to everything on the bottom. Especially when we do these ones, you're distributing that negative to everything behind the negative, not in front. It always is this way. And then once you distribute that negative, you can add straight down like we did in number 7. Okay, so we will do 8, 9, 11, and 12 in class. Go ahead and glue this or tape it straight into your notes right there.